guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I am going to hopefully help guide anyone who is needing of a self-soothing process. So during this time I understand that a lot of individuals are having a hard time being grounded. Especially during what the media is representing and putting out, or the news, or anything that feels extremely bombarded to people that are extremely sensitive at this time. I'm hoping that this video will help guide you into a place that's more centering. So I understand that a lot of individuals are being triggered right now. I also offered a previous video on offering yourself a safe dwelling place. If you would like to check out that video, I will leave the video title in the description box below. So to soothe is to calm, or basically to have a place that you can renew yourself. So a self-soothing process just means that you're able to calm and soothe yourself in a way that does not allow other substances or anything outside of yourself to basically take the process of soothing yourself. Your mind and your body are always in a constant state of trying to soothe, but when this doesn't happen, you oftentimes feel a sense of uneasiness or falling into an abyss of uneasiness and not being able to find any sort of foundation. So basically, during this time, if you are having a hard time finding a foundation or a place that you can basically feel like you can get your grounding or your feet planted on some sort of foundation, either if it's physical, or in this case it's going to be kind of a mental journey. So it's really helpful to sit in a really quiet place, and oftentimes people that are feeling uneasy have a really hard time basically becoming centered. So if you're having a hard time, I would like you to imagine that you're sitting in a space that is filled with your favorite smell. Smells are extremely helpful when it comes to centering yourself. So during this time, either it's very helpful to put on some lavender, or put your favorite type of aromatherapy smell or perfume. And I would like you to actually sit and imagine your uneasiness and your thoughts and your feelings, and really be really present with it. And I would like you to really be present with it. And if it has anything to say, I would like you to acknowledge it. So during this time, you're going to feel a sense, for a lot of people, they're going to feel a sense of droppingness or a sense of uneasiness. And it feels like you're going to be falling into a place of there's no grounding, right? So I would like you to imagine that you are walking through some sort of field or forest, and I would like you to imagine that you're in a place where you can actually see this foundation under your feet. And I would like you to have that visual and put it inside your mind, and put it in a place that isn't within your heart area. So whenever you're feeling a sense of uneasiness, it's going to be really helpful to take that visual, such as a substructure or foundation, and put it exactly within your heart space, or where you are feeling that you are feeling uneasy. So most people feel it within their stomach area, or they just feel a sense of not being grounded. So either if it's the forest or the trees, or maybe like a sidewalk that's really pretty down a path, I would like you to take that same structure and put it in the place that you feel uneasy. Okay, so that falling feeling that you're feeling into the abyss and the never-ending either grief or sadness or depression or anxiety, I would like you to place that foundation under this particular area that you're feeling unsettled. And I would like you to take a moment to really understand and feel that feeling. Okay? So when you put this structure or this, basically this path or this foundation, wherever you're feeling, you're going to probably feel a sense of a stoppingness. Or it's not going to feel like it keeps going and going and going and going. Okay, so we're going to put kind of like a shelf into that void. So all of your thoughts and your feelings have a place to fall and be grounded with. So whatever these feelings or thoughts or sensations are, I just would like you to have them within this structure or this foundation, okay? So you're going to, of course, be very present with these thoughts, feelings, experiences, any triggers, feelings of happiness even, and or feelings of peace, or maybe anxiety or fear of the future. Maybe if it's a new experience that you're experiencing, that unknown. And I would like you to imagine that they're falling into this particular foundation. Okay? So after all of these thoughts and feelings, and you can stop this video at any time if you need to gather yourself, and after you have gathered all of these feelings and thoughts, you're going to let them collect themselves. And you're going to let them be themselves. So if you're feeling a state of numbness or you're going through a breakup or a hardship, maybe if it's a place of that feeling of not being certain. And I would like you to imagine these feelings and thoughts kind of gathering themselves. Imagine if some people like to put them as subjects, such as they have like feet or legs or something like that. And I'd like you to imagine them just being as they are. Don't try to fix them. Don't try to numb them or make them feel any different. Just have them be as they are. So after this is done, I would like you to imagine all of these thoughts and these experiences are things that you keep trying to manage. And this is a place where they don't have to manage themselves. They don't have to become something else, or you don't have to pretend that they're not there. You're going to let these, basically have these foundations, have this foundation for these experiences and not have them be managed. And you're going to imagine these are probably thoughts and feelings and experiences that no one sees or understands or acknowledges. And I want you to find the part of yourself that you feel that sees and hears and feels all of those things. And I want you to say it to these subjects. I lovingly see you, I lovingly hear you, and I lovingly acknowledge you. I lovingly see you, I lovingly hear you, and I lovingly acknowledge you. Okay, so this is very important because oftentimes people feel that they are not seen, heard, or acknowledged. So this is a part of yourself that always sees. It's kind of like the motherly part that kind of sees, hears, and talks with these particular experiences that you have. And I would like you to really acknowledge, even if no one else understands, or even if this is something that hasn't been talked about or experienced, there is a part of you that sees it and loves it and hears it. And this is a place for these experiences can have your loving attention, and they can have your loving guidance, and they can have your all loving and knowing love. This is a place of unconditional love, unconditional peace, and it is a place for rest for these feelings and thoughts, experiences, uneasiness, unsettledness, and so it is a place that they don't have to keep dropping into the abyss. So I want you to imagine these experiences and these subjects are extremely tired, and this is a place for them to rest. And you get to acknowledge and experience these thoughts in a way that are very, very tired and are really, really grateful to have your attention. They're really grateful that they don't have to be managed anymore. They don't have to pretend to be something else, and just give them guidance and love and unconditional peace, and just a place where they can rest. So as you're putting this particular shelf or this foundation within this area of your body, I would like you to kind of feel that difference. It should kind of feels a little bit more of less of an unsettling feeling. Now, if you are feeling like you are still have that like unsettling feeling, like nothing's not working, then that usually means that this is kind of an area within your life that really needs to be seen and heard. So it's really helpful if you're a person that still feels that unsettledness and that uneasiness and that like pit of your stomach type of hurt or pain or anxiety. It's really helpful to basically not bottle it up, if and not have the ability to basically put it aside, because this is basically something that wants to be addressed and seen and heard. But if you don't feel comfortable like expressing that, then it needs to basically not be pent up into your body. So it's really helpful to like journal, put it out on paper. Taking pieces of paper or notebooks and writing it down and then burning it is also really beneficial as well. It's also really helpful to find other people that feel the same way that you do. Even if you don't feel comfortable expressing it, it's really helpful to like find people that understand what type of experience you're experiencing as well. Also, basically, if you are a person that continuously has a feeling of uneasiness or depression, or that feeling of unsettledness, or that pit of your stomach kind of turmoil, it's really, really helpful to be very, very patient and loving with yourself. Basically, any form of uncomfortableness is going to be a form of basically this part of yourself is really wanting your unconditional love and nurturance. So it's always available for you and always really needing of your attention. So if you're a person that basically doesn't like to acknowledge parts of yourself, they will come up in usually the most inconvenient times. So if you are struggling with either uneasiness or anxiety, I'm hoping that this video will be beneficial for you. And I do write articles, so if you guys are interested, I will leave the articles that I write for the website in the description box below, and you guys should check out the website if you would like. The editor has really funny and humorous content as well that is really helpful with mental health tips, as well as he has really good feel-good content. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.